Thank you. Hello, everyone. Actually, obviously, I'm the only person here with less than 5 years experience in HR. So being here is as challenging for me as it was to develop and implement this great system I'm going to talk about to you today. It might seem great to you. It might seem something that you could not implement in your companies, but I will find this session successful if it provokes self-criticism and it encourages all of us to ask some questions about our role and our companies. I'm going to talk about performance management system, but also about a journey between Symphony and me, that's my company today, which we passed for the last year and a half. So a year and a half ago, I met Symphony. I met 30 engineers back then who speak this language. And they say performance management like this. And they met a psychologist and said to me the first day, we are going to wear aluminum foil hats so you couldn't read our minds. And all began back then. So today, we like to call Symphony as a first culture-driven technology house, not an IT company. And when we're talking about IT companies, in general, you have two types of them. You have big companies, enterprise systems with a great number of people who work on very serious programs we couldn't live without today, like SAP, like banking systems, and all other systems that help us to do successful business today. And the other group of the companies are the companies who are smaller, more agile, and who work on cutting-edge projects and technologies that add us value beyond technical support. Those are the companies who are working on kind of projects and gadgets and programs we used to see in Star Trek years ago. And that's Symphony. That's why we call it culture-driven technology house. And this is just a moment that will describe you what am I talking about. So today I'm talking about this journey, how we came from a totally non-structured company to a company who has established performance management system in IT. I had the privilege and the luxury and the challenge to be the first HR manager and psychologist within Symphony. During the last period, they didn't have anyone who will do this job. So I was the first one. So I had this privilege to build the systems and to build my role from scratch. It is a great opportunity, but it is a very challenging opportunity. It is very easy to fail, but when you do something that's good, you feel very proud of it. So when we started to talk about performance management system, the first thing I wanted to know is why. Why do we need it? But I didn't want to know just why does company need it, why does management need it. I wanted to know why do employees need it. And I wanted to cover all the aspects and create a system that will add value to the company, but that will also add value to employees. It was easy with the management part. When we talked about performance management system, they explained it to me in a very simple way. I don't know if you've heard for KISS principle. Anyone? Yes? Sure, keep it simple and stupid. And that's how they explained to me why do we need performance management system at Symphony. Because we want to be the best IT company in the world. It sounds ambitious, it sounds challenging, it sounds funny, I know. It did to me back then. But they had a vision. To be the best IT company in the world, we must create the best results. And to create the best results, we must have the best people. And to have the best people on board, we must enable them to develop, grow, and be the best versions of themselves. We must enable the environment that will provide this to them. So it was easy to understand why the company needed performance management system. When I talked to the IT crew, to my colleagues engineers, why do they need it? They didn't know what performance management system is, of course. They heard for that for the first time. But they did know what did they need from Symphony so they could live in a better environment and work in a better environment. They also stick to the KISS principle. They wanted a simple processes, simple, flat structure that will not be a burden and that will enable them to grow. They wanted more feedback, but more feedback without form, more feedback without structure, and more feedback that's logical and that adds value to them. They needed recognition. They needed to be focused on strengths, and they needed to see their impact within their teams and within the whole company. And that was what they lacked back then within the company. So it was, from the first day, it was clear to me that Symphony and traditional performance management systems do not speak the same language. It was clear to me that we cannot think about the form, we cannot think about the structure, we cannot not think about scheduled meetings with team leaders, with managers, where they will evaluate someone with grades from 1 to 5, etc., etc. We needed something more. And we had a system in our head, but the problem and the challenge was that we couldn't find a suitable tool that will help us to drive this system. The most of performance management tools today are in line with traditional performance management systems. And you have to fit in to quarter or half year or yearly evaluation. You have to fit into 360-degree feedback. You have to fit in the form. And that wasn't something that will work in Symphony. And I knew it from the start. And just when I thought that I should give up and that I will not find what I needed, what we needed, we met Plause. I'm sure you still haven't heard from Plause, and I'm sure that we are actually the first company in Europe that uses Plause to drive performance management system. Plause is the first mobile platform for teams. It's a simple app, mobile app, that crowdsources moments of impact of every team member within the team, within the company, and employee sentiment towards the company to help drive performance management system and to help drive career paths. So it's a simple tool that takes approximately 60 to 90 seconds of our time in a day, and it brings tremendous value. What do we have from it? We have covered major top 3 elements that we needed from performance management system. First, we needed a bit of structure, and we succeeded to do it with Plause. We have daily checkups with Plause. Those are simple questions that give us a bit of structure. They are reflecting our work alignment, our targets, our accomplishments, our priorities, concerns during the week, and everything that's related to our projects. But checkups are the moment where we have ownership above our performance. So it's on us. It's not on our managers to deal with our performance. It's on us, and it's clear to everyone. So this is a piece of structure. The second moment are work stories. These are moments of our glory. This is the part where we cover recognition, impact among teams, impact among the company. This is the way we will show to our manager what is important to us. This is the way we will tell our story to the rest of the company and to our peers. Everything we do and find important in our work every day, we can share it via work stories. It's like a simple post on Facebook, and you will write, okay, I did a great job today, or someone from my company did a great job today. So it covers impact from all team members. I will walk around the company and see that someone did a great job today, but he will maybe not be brave enough to say what he did. And I will be the one who will write, okay, My friend and colleague Maya did a great thing today, and I will write it, and everyone will see it. And this is how she will be recognized across the company. And the third moment is a feedback moment, the most important moment. And this is where we make the biggest difference. Our feedback is not one-way feedback, it's not a feedback that's directed from the managers to the team members. It's a feedback that represents actually 360 degrees every day. With Plause, we have this moment of sharing recognitions to our colleagues for being good communicators, for handling stress, for getting things done, for being there, for adding value, for creating great results. And this is not on managers, this is on all of us. I'm a team member, and I think that the other team member today did a great thing, and I will applause. I will say, okay, Maya did a great thing today, collaborated, added value, and she needs to be recognized for this. So we have 360 degree every day. So these are the 3 top covered moments with Plause. And what do we have from it behind? What is in it for the managers and for the people? As a team members, we have our personal dashboard where we can follow up with our priorities, concerns, accomplishments. It's a summary of it's a self-reflective moment of our work. From the other side, managers, HR, team leaders have their own team dashboard where they can see the big picture, what's going on with the company at this moment, but they can also feel every heartbeat of every team member. And they can be warned. This morning, Emina stated that she's feeling a bit unmotivated, or she thinks her workload is too big, too high. So I need to make some kind of reaction today. So it's real-time feedback. If I report this morning that I'm concerned about something, my manager will make a reaction today. Not in a month, not in 3 months, not in a year. And that's what we needed at Symphony. So it's not a system, it's a tool that helps us to drive the system. And when you think about it, when I'm presenting it to you, it might seem to you logical to ask, where is the big step out? Where is the step out of the comfort zone? What is so different? You're in a cool IT company, and it's logical that you have a cool app to drive performance management system. When we implemented it, I went for a vacation for 2 weeks, and I hardly could sleep because I thought either no one will use Plause because I'm not there to push them, either they will share negative information and I will see red dashboard when I come back warning me that something's not okay. As you can see, I have a bit of anxiety, but when I came back, everything was okay and people were using Plause. So when we were thinking about stepping out of our comfort zone, we were talking about 2 things. We were talking about the scary moment of truth. Usually, companies set performance management systems as just one-sided systems. Managers and companies should evaluate employees, and that's it. For us, this was the scary moment of truth. For 10 years, we have been building a culture of feedback, of positive environment, a culture where people will grow. And this was the moment where they will say, they will be able to say, okay, something's wrong. So this was the moment where they should have evaluated us as the company, not just the moment where we will evaluate them. So it was a big step out in sense of feedback towards the company. And the second step out was culture test and challenge. We were 30 big last year. Now we are 65 big in Sarajevo, Belgrade, and San Francisco. So we are not a big company. We are all friends. We spend a lot of time together. We run the marathon together. We eat lunch together every day. We hang out a lot. It was a big, big step out of our comfort zone to let people be the critical ones and to be able to believe in their criticism, in their self-reflection, in their ability to separate their friendship and high standards, and to be able to say, okay, Emina is my friend, but what she did is not so good, and I will not applaud her, and I will not give any kind of kudos for this kind of behavior. But although we are friends, there is a moment where we can be critical, and this was the moment. But it was not so easy to let out of the control and to let people decide what is important within the company and not just the management or HR. So I will not talk about statistics. Maybe it would be interesting for you to hear and see the statistics and what's going on within our company with PLAUSE, and to see how much PLAUSEs do we share and how do our work stories look alike. But for this session, that wasn't so important. PLAUSE is successful within Symphony, but what I wanted to leave as an impression from this session were 3 questions that will maybe help all of us to reflect our roles, to reflect the role of leadership and HR within the company, and that will help us to be better, all of us. The first question is, should we take performance management systems only as the systems that should evaluate employees, or the company should be the evaluated one too? Can we stand it? Can we take it? Are we really ready to listen, or HR or leadership takes the parenting role within the company by acting like we know what's the best, we know what are the best practices, and you don't get to say nothing because I'm someone who is doing this job and who knows best practices better than you. And the third question, are we flexible enough to follow up with Agile Business World today and to be able to reflect our behavior, our impact, and to reorganize ourselves? And that would be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Emina Adilagic.